Hello, everyone.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. It's such a pleasure to see all of you and to be here indoors. It's such a pleasure to be here with Gonzalo Garcia, who we've had such a wonderful time talking to earlier this afternoon. He's the new director of the Miami City Ballet, only the third in its history. Gonzalo, you were a principal dancer for a long time with the New York City Ballet, and then you were a very beloved rehearsal director with the company. So this is your first time coming back as the director of Miami City Ballet. What's that feeling like for you today?
It feels a little cold to be back in New York in this weather, to be honest. But it also feels amazing to be in these States. I got to be dancing in these States the very first time when I was a principal with San Francisco Ballet, celebrating Christopher Wheeldon's Ligeti's work. That evening, it was Wendy Whelan, Jack Soto, Damian Watzel. I got to be in the States with them, and I was like, oh my God. The second time, and last time that I was here, I got to do Harlequinat Padre from Valentin's work with Miss Tarlia Peck, someone that I done so much. It was very special. And now tonight, I'm here as the artistic director of Miami City Ballet with this incredible company. It feels full circle, and it feels, that this stage, the Rotonda, it's has a special meaning to me and to this company.
Yeah. So you've been in this position now for 6 months, not very long yet, but you really hit the ground running when you got to Miami. Tell us what some of your focuses have been since you started in this position.
Yeah, I mean, 6 months that feel like 6 years, honestly, because they have been incredibly intense. But I right away, my first priority was to get to know the dancers, to work with them, to start developing that trust. And the best way to do that is to do it on the studio. So I put myself in the schedule 3 to 4 times teaching class to develop that relationship, to get to see their personalities, for them to see my personality. That was a huge priority of mine, to give them some safety because they have gone through so much in the last 7 months. Finding a new artistic director. And then another thing that was really important was my season, my first year of programming, 26, 27. I mean, before I even got the job, I was already dreaming of what I would do if I had the chance, right? So when I was named artistic director, I was eager to present that. So right away, as soon as I got there, I was like, when do I do it? When do I do it? And everybody was just, slow down, Tiger. Just like, you're going to have your time. You're going to have your time. So about a week after being in Miami City Ballet with all of the departments there, I presented my season. And it was incredibly well received, I have to tell you. And yeah, so that has been something that putting that together and putting it in the calendar and working all of the logistics of that season has been, a priority.
Yeah, be honest. Was this something that you were doing when you were like 15 years old? Like, when I'm in charge, this is exactly how I want to see it. You've always seemed like someone who dreamt of being a leader, driven by your immense love of this art form.
I mean, I'm a bandhead. I love dance so much. So I always been very passionate, but I was never thinking I'll be an artistic director. I think that the transition from dancing to coaching to teaching at the School of American Ballet, gave me a new perspective about what I could offer, as a new voice in the dance world. So yes, you start thinking about it, but it's really when an opportunity like this comes up and is so fitting to your own personal timing, then you start to think, yes, this is what I want to do. This is what I must, go towards. So yeah, it's a great opportunity.
So the 26-27 season was just announced, and there is a through line to it because there is an Alexei Ratmansky work on the program. Tell us what audiences are going to be seeing next season.
Well, Alexei for sure, because I don't know if you know, but Alexei did an incredible Swan Lake for Miami City Ballet, so that's going to be in the program. I'm very excited about it. I think I'm biased because I'm the artistic director now, but I think is probably the best production of Swan Lake right now in the country. So I saw it in California when they were doing it last summer. I went to see it. I was just named the artistic director, and I said, well, I have to go see it. And I was blown away. It's a beautiful production. So right away I thought, more people need to see it, and the dancers need to dance, this production so much more. And then I wanted to, as I think of narrative works, what are other productions that are interesting but can approach narrative from a different, more modern way? And so I called Christopher Wildon, because he did an amazing Alice in Wonderland for the Royal Ballet about 10 years ago. And he was all for it. So those three main productions of Nutcracker, Swan Lake, and Alice in Wonderland, three big narratives will be sort of the big moments of the season, which I'm very excited about. But then I started to think, what other voices haven't had the chance to choreograph in Miami City Ballet? And I right away thought of Patricia Delgado, who is a former principal dancer, beloved principal dancer in Miami City Ballet. Sitges won a Tony for her Buena Vista Social Club. And so she's developing her own voice, and I thought, why not bring her to her home, artistic home, Miami City Ballet, to do her first commission. And she said yes, which I was very happy about. And she is chosen to collaborate with Emily Stefan, Gloria Stefan's daughter, who she's developing also an artistic relationship. And I thought, what a great way to bring two voices from the community of Miami to the Miami City Ballet stage. So that's something that I'm super excited about. And then I, when you become an artistic director, you think, you want to be surrounded by people that have enriched your life, right, in many ways. And Tyler Pegg is someone that I danced with for many years, and also is developing a huge voice. And so I invited her to come in and do another piece for us. So two female choreographers that I think should be part of the story of Miami City Ballet. And they're also my friends, so I get to hang out with them a little bit more. And I think they get to contribute, to the new chapter in a new, very fresh way. So we're looking at, very established choreographers like Alexei and Christopher, and two young voices that can contribute so much to Miami. So I'm so excited.
I know we are ostensibly here to talk about Alexei's new work, but let's talk about the Swan Lake for a second, because Miami City Ballet is the only company in North America, I believe, that is doing this production. And when this came out, it was so, we were just, if you're a balletman or a bunhead, as we say, everyone was so desperate to see it. I was watching any bootleg I could get my hand on. Sorry, Alexei, I know it's probably not how you want it to be seen, but it's a really special Swan Lake for people that love ballet and love Tchaikovsky, and it's such a wonder that Miami City Ballet kind of at the moment has ownership of it in this country.
It's ours.
It needs to be seen
more. No one
more.
come close to it. Yeah, it's become a signature, production of Miami, and so my dream is to be able to bring it to Lincoln Center and have the New Yorkers see this great production. But you can also come to Miami next year. So you can see it twice, because it is a production that deserves to be seen. It's a big production, so the whole company is involved, and and Swan Lake is still a narrative that people want to see. So it's important to bring it.
Speaking of New York, I feel like there's a very deep connection within the company, within Miami City Ballet, and with New York City. And I just wonder if you could speak to that, some of that history and the connection there.
I mean, the most important connection, is Toby Ansen. Toby, the founder of the company 40 years ago, because we're celebrating 40 incredible years of Miami City Ballet. She had the incredible idea of bringing dance to Miami, right? And because she's so passionate about dance. And she called Edward Bellala, iconic Edward Bellala, who was retiring at the time from New York City Ballet. And they brought the whole New York experience to Miami. So they gave Miami an incredible foundation in dance, you know. And so I think a lot of those snowbirds and New Yorkers that, you know, want to avoid cold days like this, you know, that relationship really was enticing to a lot of them. And of course, you know, Lourdes Lopez, you know, who followed Edward Belala, was also incredibly attached to the New York era. And now me, that is also spent 18 years here in New York. So I feel like there is a very rooted connection on that thread, and a very important connection. And yet, we have to look forward and be bold and look at what's next for Miami.
So let's look at what's next for Miami, which is this wonderful new ballet by Alexei Ratmansky. Let's bring Alexei out now.
Yes, please.
So, Alexei, this is your third work for the company. They've performed other existing works in the repertory as well. What is it about Miami City Ballet that keeps you coming back?
The first was Symphonic Dances 13 years ago, 12 years ago.
2012, I think, is when it premiered.
Yeah. So, I was invited by Edward, and I didn't know what to expect, but I was blown away by the energy, by the attack, by the musicality, and seeing Edward teaching, coaching in the studio was like, oh, that's really Balanchine way of doing things. And that was very, very inspiring. Another thing that impressed me was great professional level of the dancers and their commitment and their boundless energy. It was their humbleness. It was so serving the art, you know. Yeah, that was the main motivation. And you don't always see that in the companies. So, yeah, I was in love.
You've created works around the world. I wonder how your works at Miami City Ballet might differ from some of your other things that you've made.
With the narrative works like Swan Lake, well, Swan Lake is another story, and thank you for kind words about this production. But again, the motivation was very simple and exciting, just to bring back to life the original steps, the original choreography. And Petipa and Ivanov, who created in 1895, they're on the level of Balanchine. They're like, top names. So you sort of trust these geniuses, the masters of the art. And during the years, so many things change. The story changes, the mise-en-scène changes, the tempo changes, the steps are adjusted and they lose logic. And when you look at we work with annotations, when you look at them and read them and teach them to the dancers, you're like, oh, now that makes sense. Now we understand what is it. So that's really unique production because me and Tatiana, my wife, we worked together on it. We didn't allow ourselves to step away from what's written down. And we also collected many documents to support and fill out the little blanks that are there in the notes. But I was going to answer your question, and I would say that with abstract ballets, like symphonic dances or like waltzes, roses from the south, you really take a lot from the dancers' personalities, from the balance of personalities, their connections. And I would say that these works are really inspired by people of this beautiful little company, big company now.
How does your preparation process and your process differ? You know, it's such a passion for you to do these big reconstructions where you get to the root of what the original intention was. But how does that, the hours leading up before you going into the studio, how does that look different from you getting ready to make this work, for instance?
Well, the process is not really that difficult. That different. You do your homework. and I always prefer to come to the studio prepared. So yeah, a lot of listening to the music, a lot of preparation work, and then you have ideas. You go into the studio, you teach a phrase or two, and then it starts from there. And often I have a feeling that the ballet exists like a crossword. You just need to find the right words. And sometimes some words cannot be found, but they are there. I just, you maybe when you restage it, you'll get it correct. And there are ballets that I do restage and change.
You actually, something I've noticed is that you are really unprecious about getting rid of passages. You know, like, for instance, seeing you restage The Fairy's Kiss. We did that in Miami City Ballet, and then at the Dutch National Ballet, there would just be sections where you just felt like it wasn't working on this particular dancer, and you don't have an ego or attachment to that. You just say, okay, that's fine, we get rid of it, and we do something else, which is not, I feel like, that common amongst most choreographers. You're always game to just try something new, even if it felt like it was a good idea.
I would hate to see a dancer struggling with this step. You know, we can try and try and try, but then there is a point when you think, no, what's the point? Let's let's just change it and do something to show off the dancers and to show them at their best.
Well, that kind of makes me think also that you created this work over the summer, I think, right? It's been quite some time, and you haven't revisited it for a while. Now, when you come back, are you going to make changes to it? Are you looking at it from a fresh perspective? And you're going to start it on Tuesday, so maybe you can tell us what what might happen.
It's very possible. So we'll wait till Tuesday and see what shape we are in. Well, this is a little bit, and I already have some ideas. But
Great.
let's wait till next week.
I want to
When
ask.
he says he has some ideas, you know he's really preparing for a lot.
I want to hear about how this particular commission came about. Maybe, Gonzalo, you can speak to the impetus to bring Alexei here for this.
Well, I think that, you know, this is a year of celebrations, you know, the 40th anniversary season, and also Toby Janssen's 85th birthday. So this was a commission to celebrate that relationship of the company and Toby, and you know, and then Alexei, you know, with this narrative in mind, was the one that had freedom to choose whatever he really wanted to do, right?
Yeah, I knew it's better be a celebratory piece, not moody. Then I started to look for the music, and Johann Strauss is king of waltzes. The waltzing is like the basic step in a ballet and dance. The music seemed a little too popular, but I found the beautiful arrangement by Arnold Schoenberg, which is two opposite, you know, ideas of what the music is. Very avant-garde and daring and hard for the ears, sort of musical world, and something anti-avant-garde, very pleasing and easy for listeners. I think Schoenberg did this arrangement out of necessity. They were struggling to find money, you know, for their Schoenberg, Berg, Weber, and this group of genius modern composers. They needed money, so they did this arrangement of a popular pieces and to continue the work they were doing. It premiered in 1921, and it has very specific sound, and this Schoenberg touch I loved. We probably won't be able to hear it in a piano, even though Francisco is an extraordinary pianist, but the piano, string quintet, piano, and harmonium, that's a group of instruments that's going to be used for this music.
Tonight we see the middle walls, which is the boys that get to do tonight.
Yes, the ballet is 3 waltzes. So one waltz is for women, one waltz is for men, and the third one is for all of them together.
Maybe we should have a look now at a little bit of the ballet, and Alexei can have a moment working with the dancers, and we can see kind of what the in-studio experience with Alexei is like. Should we?
Okay, let's
Bring
So
them
what are we
out.
looking at
Yes,
today?
Let's bring the dancers out.
What section are we starting with today?
We can do the duets, little body does. Shall we? So let's start with the first duet. Hey. Are you warm, guys? Lorenzo and Steven. Okay. All right. Okay, we stop here. Stop. Super good. You're so fresh. Can I see the first holiday? I wonder if you can stretch the weight of yours away from Steven, and maybe you can, you can try to allow that. Okay, now using your left arm, can you bring him back? So he goes. Correct, yeah. And also, Lorenzo, when you land, make sure that you land and your weight goes directly into the next arabesque, yeah? And establish the line with the arm. Don't delay the pose, but go there, and then you can stretch. Yes, correct. Now, you're going a bit diagonal. Visually, the strongest and the longest line is flat. If you go diagonal, you look shorter, right? This is good. Actually, you can do a little bit less with your necks and heads, a bit more with your spine. So the neck and head, they just respond to the core movement from here, yeah? Now, the next one, when you go into the arabesque, establish the line of your arm right away, and then the shoulders and the head, the neck, they will respond to the promenade rather than going into that right away. You know what I mean? Arm. Yes, that's correct. Now, about the cabriole. Cabriole starts with the battement. So you go battement back, and the second leg goes up to the first leg. Right. Can you also feel the line of your arm that is parallel to the line of your leg? Yes. So both leg and arm do the battement to establish this line. That's better, yeah. I think you can be faster with the cabriole, yeah? And make sure that you don't overstretch the knees, otherwise the feet might not meet. You know, you cabriole here. Almost. Okay. Now, with this pirouette, I think the shoulder should go around a little bit faster, and the hips would follow. Yes. Can you be quicker with your passé? Just get the passé up. And also, guys, you were too close to each other, so the next thing didn't work so well. Exactly, yeah. Okay, where do you spot when you pirouette?
We were thinking of spotting here.
That's a good idea. Then you should both do the same.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, then look, after the arabesque, don't travel that much because you're going to him. That's it, correct. When you sauté, can you be more upright? So your port de bras should not, don't go for cambre too much. Yeah, exactly. Just try to be as tall in the air as possible. Yeah, very vertical. That's correct. Yeah, bring the arms a bit more over here. You should be able to see the arms without looking up. Yes, okay, and elbows. This is correct, yeah. So the port de bras, so you're quick here, you land, yeah, and you continue the port de bras together with the breathing. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's continue from here. Yeah, the temps de flèche and pas de chasse. And then we can repeat the whole thing. All right, maestro. Okay, we stop here. Stop, thanks. So the pas de chat, who's doing the pas de chat first? Lorenzo, right. Don't go in past Steven. You know what I mean? You need to step. Okay, right. So you need to step on that side. If you step here, then you diminish the traveling, the pas de chat. Without the music, just, yeah? Okay, I think you anticipate, Lorenzo. Lean back, do a step, he pulls you, you answer to his pull. So before he pulls you, you have to be leaning back. Exactly, not much, but just wait for him. Don't help him, don't rush forward. Also, the temps de flèche. Both legs need to go in one direction. Yes, so there is a point in front of you, and the first leg goes there, and the second leg goes there. Exactly, yeah. Lift, no, you go out. Cross more. The first leg, cross more. Yes, that's right. Now, you need to rush down. Okay. Yeah, you do your battement, and then you rush down to land. And that's better. Steven, you can cross the first leg more. Yes, okay. Can you show, without the temps de flèche, can you show me the pas de chat? No, you step, you see, you're stepping with your right foot already on that side, but you need to be on the opposite side. So temps de flèche, go and stay there. Nah. Yeah.
My step's getting around.
Yeah, so, okay, if I'm him, go. Oh, you're not pulling. You have to pull.
More?
Yeah, pull. No, you... But then you need to take, you need to take off, you know what I mean? Sorry. So, Steven, there is a moment when you need to show Lorenzo that you do that, and he would follow. Yes, that was correct. Same. The first one was better. But you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. It's just figuring out our spacing.
Okay, yeah. So for temps de flèche don't travel at all, so you leave some space for the traveling. Yeah. Can we go with some music from the podcast? Better. Stay away from him. Okay. Hey guys. Okay. We'll continue on Tuesday. Okay. Let's have the next couple, please. So, Alex and Jordan, please. And we stop here. Thanks. How many runs you do around him? Da-da-dee-da-dee-da-da. One-da-da-da-dee-da-da. It has to be on the music. So don't jump. Make sure that you land on the count. And 5, 6. Yeah, da-da-dee, da-da-dee, da-da-da-da. Yeah, a little higher and a little more rhythmical. And then the next thing, when you do this, how shall we call it, ballet, yeah, hold 2 feet longer together and land at the very last moment. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, yeah, try to freeze in the air with 2 feet bent. Okay, the first step, I think you need to cross a little bit more every time. So you land and continue turning out, and then look to the opposite shoulder. And twist your hips. The same here, the same here, the same here. Yeah, Jordan, you're not helping him. You can help more. Yeah, so he flies around from one side of yours. Lift him. Yes, that's correct. The third one was really good. It would be nice if you build it up, so you start lower and then you go higher, higher, higher. So it's up to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Does that make sense? Okay, let's go with the music. And higher, and higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good. Faster. Continue. Excellent. Okay, great. Thanks. When you do the échappée, don't jump, just go down, slide down, and wider échappée. Can you let the arms fly? And then cross right away. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's it. What happens in the double translator? Where is it going to be? Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah. So it has to be. It has to go back, right? Yeah, right away. Then front, and then you land on that side. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Correct. That was better. The back arm should be allongé, I think, a little bit lower. Can you have your hips less turned? Because then you can't sustain the turnout. The hips should be facing me. Now, cross the front leg more. Exactly, yeah. And the hips, less space between the heel and the knee. Right. Okay, this is good. Thanks. Hey, Stas and Chase, your turn. And we'll stop here. Thanks, guys. Mazurka. Where do you direct your working leg? The first mazurka. Yeah, show me. Okay, so you're here, and then you do a brush, and you're here, right? And then the second one, you're here, and then you do a brush, and you're in the opposite crosshair. Yeah, can I see? 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Find the same height. And really turn it out, the foot turned out, yeah? You can always use the hip to make it a little bit more clear. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Correct, yeah. Stas, you can go a little bit higher, just a bit higher. When you do a manège, I think you go a little too far away from Stas, so your jetel is going to look a bit like this. Yeah, if you can correct that, exactly. Now, with the arabesque, watch that foot. I think you need to be here, right? Now, show me the arms with the arabesque. Exactly. Can you engage your back? So you open your back, and the chin is up, the chest is up. Yes, correct. That's beautiful. So every time you want to get there. And then if you can speed up, the beginning of this swivel is a little heavy. If you can really go quick, find each other, and then establish the pose on demi point. And 1, correct. Do you want him, maybe Stas needs to be a little closer. Because when he releves, he's already falling forward, but that would be the best releve. Just a bit. Yeah. Let's do with the music. The manège with the music. And help him up, Stas. Up. That's better. Turn out your supporting leg in arabesque. Yes. Yes. Careful. Okay. All right. Stop. That was better, guys. Let's continue into the fruitas, just where we stopped. Bravo. That was really good. Okay. Excellent. Yes, Ethan, Satoki. One more, please. What's your attitude behind? Point it. Okay, stop for a second. It's really good. I think the very beginning of the lift could be more seamless. There was a bit of too much of a kitchen work. Yes, that's better. Okay, stop. That's fine. So just the gentlest adjustment, and you can lift the attitude more. So the more he's leaning back, the less attitude we're gonna see. That's fine, guys. Just remember that it's nice to be away from each other, but at the same time, he shouldn't be too far back, right? Now, into the slide, into the split, I think you need to be more clear with where you pull him. So you start pulling him towards yourself, but then at the end, you need to lead him past you. Yes, that's correct. The same here. Yes, that's correct. Now, Satoki, instead of going into this pose, can you start with a split, and then the neck and head, they just answering to the split that happens. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And correct. And then don't change it until Ethan pulls you up, and then I think he does it, and you bring yourself up after he does. So you sort of wait for his impulse to continue. Shall we just continue from where we stopped? Yeah, from the little footwork. Okay. No. Great. Excellent. Just one little detail. When you go sideways, make sure that it doesn't go too far back, because then it's underdone. You need to have it in front, so we see the turnout. Slightly more in front. Yes. Exactly. The same here. Yeah. Okay. Brilliant, guys. I think now we're ready to run the whole thing. If you want a minute to rest a bit, to breathe, yeah. Take a moment.
Wow. This makes me think about the times that I work with him.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Actually,
how
I worked
exciting.
with all three of you in the studio
Yes,
Yes.
you have.
for years.
To all three of us.
And it was so easy to to get exactly what you wanted. No, but I love watching you work and watching you coach. And I wonder, you're talking about it bringing you back to your dancing days. You originated many works with Alexei at New York City Ballet. What were those?
Concerto GSCH, Carnival of the Animals.
Carnival of the Animals in San Francisco. In my very first year in New York, you know, they announced that Ratmansky was coming to do a new work for the spring, and I was, pick me, please. And
How could I not?
Well, thank you, but yeah, and then concerto, and then pictures and exhibitions, and incredible works.
And you guys were in symphonic dance.
Symphonic, yeah. And you were
Fairy's
Kiss.
Kiss. Yeah,
So we all know the beauty and the struggles also of working with you, but at the end of the day is that you can see it in the dancers, that your coaching and your direction inspires the dancers, and it makes them just better dancers and artists at the end of the process. And that's
some of it is just mechanical, the physicality and the weights and stuff. And I think the hardest thing is that when sometimes you see dancers with their inner artist still half asleep. And that's very important, very hard to
wake up,
change.
Yeah.
But the moment it happens, then everything goes
Changes.
easily.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just love that you might say something that seems so small, but just makes such an enormous impact on the movement. And I hope that everyone saw that today. There were so many moments where just a little something you said just really clicked and made it a whole new.
And the thing is that it's really endless, because every moment could be done better.
Right. Well, that's the beauty of dance, right? That is like the moment you think I got it.
And also
then,
every body is unique.
Right.
And every artist inside this body is unique.
It's different,
so
yeah.
There are so many ways.
And I think we were seeing some of what you were talking about, where you use the dancers' personalities in each of those moments. Like you see, like the kind of puckishness of Lorenzo, or that you can really see who each individual is in these duets. How did you come about pairing them? Was that intentional, or was it a height thing? What was the? How did we
this
find
chemistry that happens in the studio? And I mean, it doesn't happen always, but it often happens in Miami, because the group is so. I don't know.
It's a great group.
Very,
we're
special,
very lucky. Yeah,
and this camaraderie, and they support each other and really feel for each other and want each other to succeed.
You've worked with the company for all three directors now. Is that something you feel like has stayed?
You know
through
what?
the whole
Yeah, you would expect things to change, but there is one constanta, and this is the spirit of the group, which is really beautiful. And it was there with Edward, it was there with Lourdes. When I was there working now with you, Gonzalo, I think you inherited it, and then you bring it to the future.
Yes.
I think a lot of it is to do with the staff, which is really wonderful. Arnold and Joanny and Roma. And
it's a fantastic artistic team. I mean, really, I feel so honored to be part of it, and they have welcomed me so incredibly.
And Francisco.
And Francisco, of course, Francisco. Yes, he's amazing. Yes. So yeah, the Miami City Ballet community is incredibly strong and united, and you can see it on the stage.
I have one more question I didn't get to ask you earlier today. Are there little moments that are nods to specific ballets? Because I see little things here and there within this piece. Is there anything, or is here and there? Nothing like super
He's gonna
specific.
keep it for
I
himself.
was just curious.
No, there are movements that I work on in different ballets. It's like you look at this step from different perspectives in different lights, and
Well, do we think that they've had enough rest?
So we're skipping the beginning, and we have all the men line up, and then we'll continue from there. What's important for me, guys, is that we create this diagonal when you watch. Yeah, can I see without the music? Right. So if he's up, then Lorenzo, you need to be more up. Right. Okay, with different heights, Chase, you need to go a little bit more down. Lorenzo, a little bit more up. Correct. And then Jordan, a bit more up. Alex, you have, yeah, all the way down. Jordan, a bit, a bit more down. Yes, that's correct. Now, when you jump up, try to stay and freeze in the air. So for that, you need to take off faster, right? And stay, right? Don't lean back. Just stretch yourself up. That's correct. Yeah, and when you piqué, don't be between the legs. Be on that side. 1 and 2. Right. Correct. Yeah, and cross your pas a bit more. Can I see? 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Right, we're changing the head, right? So when Alex does his jumps, you create another diagonal, the opposite of that. And again, I need to see all the faces lined up. Yes, that's correct. That's correct, beautiful. Mm-hmm. I know now. Super, thanks. So the beginning was great. Here, guys, if you want to go into the arabesque and present that pose, you need to go the opposite direction before. So instead of being halfway there, you need to start on that side, so it looks bigger. Right. Can you engage your lower back at the very end so it continues? We did this Satoki. Da 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 dee, da da da. Into that, please. So a little bit before. Let's say Stas's jumps. Longer, and hold it there. Wider. That's right. Okay, we stop here. Thanks. So look, pas de bourrée and then sauté. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold 3 counts. Yeah. Can you slide the front foot a bit more so there is a bit more quality in the tombe? Yes. Then you got to be. If you spend time here, you got to be faster with. Exactly. Yeah. No. Correct. Can you finish quicker in your fifths? Right. Yes, excellent. Yeah, and then stay until the very last moment, and after you saute back. In arabesque moment, I think if you lift the leg faster and you hold it behind you a little bit longer, then instead of bringing it down slowly, you just get down as you start running. Exactly. Yeah. By the way, the demi point has to be higher. Okay. Maybe from the same spot. Do you think you can create the pose that is bigger? It's like you singing full force at the Metropolitan Opera stage. So you open your chest and back fully. The same. Change the head. Huge. Bigger than life. Stay. Stay. Fast. Stay. Jump, cross your feet. Careful. Okay, we stop for a sec. The space is difficult, but guys, when you do this swivel into the tonlevé, you need to turn it a little bit more, because if you start the rond de jambe from here, then it goes en dedans. Yeah, so you need to be already here, right? Be quick, and then make sure that the front leg goes up, turned out. Exactly, yeah. That's right. Stay back, like sitting on the chair, so there is space for the quality rond jambe in front of you. Right. Can you control the end of the port de bras, so when you do a transition, when you run up, you're still open here in the chest and the back. That's better. That's better, yeah. I think you can speed up the port de bras, front and back, so there is a stronger impulse. Right, that's right, yeah. And you also want to cover more space, so the leg is not here, but it's here. The same goes with that. Stretch that line. Go further back. Yeah, there is an attitude or an arabesque? Attitude, that's fine. That's fine. But still, that line, take care of the toes, yeah, that you stretch it and you stretch it in both directions. Exactly, yeah. Visually, if you use more space around you, here you stretch here and you stretch here, that's the best. Press, okay. Da-dum, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, bum. I think if you go from the emboîtées, yeah. Fast. Careful. Better. Yes. Panic. Be quick with your feet. Okay, turn your heads more. Okay, we stop here. What is the first step? I keep forgetting, sorry. Can you be not between the legs, but very well on your left hip? Right, that's a better balance. Okay, so I think it's where you PK. Actually, there is a beautiful saying by Vera Volkova. The technique is how you transfer your weight from one foot to another foot. Because you never dance on 2 feet. You always dance, and how you transfer your weight. If you master that, you can do anything. So you're here, and then you're here, yeah, on that side. Right, not between two legs, but well on that side. That's correct, yeah. And here, when you go into the plié, you're not between the legs, but you're really on your demi-point, and you have a good connection with the floor, so you can push yourself back if you need to go fast. Yes, that's right. When you go up, back to the audience, can you stretch your spine? And use more space around it. Exactly, yeah. You need to pull yourself also in the hips. Right, let's go from this study. Bum, bum, bum. Turn the heads more and be taller. Stretch. Stop for a sec. So this pirouette in alles gone and the fouette, make sure that you finish in a well-crossed position, right? Yeah, be conscious about, like, you're on demi-point, be conscious about that stretch at the end. So it ends with a more cross position. Correct. Now, about the pirouette, I think before we fuite, we can lift the toes a bit, and that's where fuite happens. Exactly, yeah. But keep the leg, the arabesque leg, well crossed. Don't allow it to go. Yeah. Right. If you stop 1/8 of the rotation sooner, that would be great. Now, there was something else I wanted to check. Oh, the pirouette. So you're pirouetting here. You go, avoid this rotation. You open and you close right away. So this is only a split second. Can I see your pirouette? Yeah, I think Chase, that's fine, but you open too slow. Can you also time it? So this is the count that we need, when you open. Francisco, you have the pirouette of the man. Oh, this balances, right? Just one sec. You can be a little bit lower with the first port de bras. Yeah, just leave it down, right? So the second one has a better shape. Correct. Flex the, and it has to look stylized, like you go with a shoulder, like that. And the back shoulder is open. Don't do too much, but really twist the shoulders. Exactly, yeah. So you force the profile. We see this, Egyptian sort of style. It's just before that, I think. Let's go from the start, Open your backs. Very quick. Yes. High demi-point. And turn your heads more. Okay, stop, thanks. We're missing the sections. Da-da-da-dum, da-dum, bum-bum. Yeah. Almost anticipate and super quick to get the arms up. 5, 6, 7, 8, and da-dum, bum-bum, da-dum, bum-bum. Right. Okay, stop. Jordan, I think you go too high. Yeah, and you can continue, like you get to the pose, you can continue stretching, but you stop the port de bras. Exactly, yeah. Can we talk about the beat? So what exactly are you doing? This is back, front, back. Back, front, back. Okay. What if you start from opening? Yes, correct. Can you finish it quicker? Yes, correct. Yeah, and after the landing, you're here, push from the demi-point, and go back. The impulse has to be stronger. Right. Clear diagonal. Right, so that's an emphasis. Also, you can emphasize the turn of the head more. Right. Can you cross faster and open faster? Right. Okay. And more of a turn of the head. If we can find the moment of the beats. So the soutenu. Da-ba-dum-bum. One. Yeah, can you turn more so you finish en face? One. Right. Because we were doing it from the, I think en face. Well, if you're en face, you can still go a little bit this way, no? Yes, correct. The beginning of the soutenu. You see, there is the impulse at the beginning of the movement, at the beginning of the port de bras, that has to be stronger than usual. Yeah, the beginning of the soutenu. Yes, correct. I think it's the strength here in the shoulders. You go, what? And you stay. You get to the pose, and then you have more time, actually. Now, with the pirouette, can I see? No, Stas, you're too slow with your left side. Force the left side. And then stop yourself by, how do you stop the speed? First, push with 2 feet down. Second, a position, hip and shoulders. A pose at the end, a pose. What do you see?
Maybe too much force, feel the ground.
I think you need to stop your, Stas, you need to stop your hips sooner at the end of the soutenu. Stop the hips? Yes, that's right, yeah. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, and then a bit more lyrical when you go down. Now, can you show me the pirouette on the down? Yeah, much faster to open the attitude, much faster. And the arm, and the left arm. Right, then you have more time to show us. And finish the attitude not between the legs, but finish the attitude into the transition, so your weight has to be more on the right. Okay, a little bit more muscle control here. Yeah, from the fifths, your passé and your attitude. Strong back. That's right, yeah, don't open the port de bras back, but you have to be on the leg, yes. Okay. Shall we just go from the start? Yeah? And do the whole thing. Well done. Bravo, guys. That was excellent. Thank you.
Well, if that doesn't make you want to come to Miami, I don't know what else is going to do it. Fantastic.
wonderful.
So amazing.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
For the dancers. Thank you all.